Hello everybody, we are going to be checking out a new game of sorts for the Halloween hype, and in this episode we are going to be covering Lamplight City. I'm not exactly too certain what this game is about, however it does look interesting. It's been on my mind and my the playlist for quite some time. So why not now than never? Okay, so it's pretty dark. I don't know if I guess that's just the way things are.
Hello and welcome to the Lamplight City commentary mode.
Turn that baby off. Turn that baby off. Turn it off. Turn it off. I don't think we want to play the game that way. We don't want commentary. Not their commentary. Only my commentary, because this is my Let's Play show. Okay. Was somebody coughing? Rough night. Wake up, sunshine. Bill, wake up! The carriage is on fire. let's be like a little troll and say, "Wake up! The carriage is on fire."
Bill, wake up! The carriage is on fire.
That's only funny when I do it to you.
What's the matter? Have a rough night?
Bit too much Bollingworth ale is all. That stuff really creeps up on you.
Sorry I couldn't join you, but I was long overdue for a quiet night in with Addie.
That's fine. There'll be plenty of other opportunities. Hell, maybe Adelaide can even join us. It's been ages since she last drank me under the table.
Afraid she mostly sticks to tea these days.
Miles, what exactly is it we're looking into? I may have dozed off during the briefing.
You sleep through the briefings? Captain Snelling is going to notice one of these days.
Honestly, Bill, one of these days Snelling's gonna notice.
No, he won't. Why do you think they put him behind a desk? The man couldn't find his own backside with a pair of pliers and a lantern.
Very funny. Anyway, it's a burglary at the Hambrook Flower Shop.
A burglary, eh? How dull. At least we'll have enough time to get a drink afterwards.
You seem awfully certain of that.
I am. In fact, I'd bet the devil my head that we're done within the hour.
Well, the devil's gonna be disappointed that his winnings are so meager.
What? Okay.
Ah,
Why do we have this?
We've arrived. After you, Bill.
The city of New Bretagne, borough of Cholmondeley. Did that say 1844? So apparently this is a point-and-click game, which is kind of cool.
Keep the change.
Not keep the change. Okay, why do we have this?
So, our night of excitement begins.
You more than anyone else should know that there's rarely a dull night in Chumley.
I have a feeling tonight will be the exception. Until we get to the pub, that is.
Keep your mind on the case, Bill. Now let's get a move on.
Yeah, don't get drunk. Press A to interact with objects. The pointer is context sensitive. Was it context or contact? Bill Legger. Street lamp. Let's talk to the street lamp. I wonder if it has anything to say.
Were you actually going to do anything for them?
Glad this thing is lit. This isn't really the type of place I'd prefer to be at this time of night.
Don't worry, Miles. I've got your back.
Looks like they've had some trouble with vandalism.
Pretty much every business in this part of town has.
Okay, we can't really see.
Bill, could I have a word?
What's on your mind, Fordham?
Burglary. Cholmondeley. Himself and conversation. Ah, that's what we look like?
You ever miss living out here, Bill?
About as much as you missed stepping in that pile of horseshit last week.
Oh,
I was distracted by that story you were telling me about your sister. How's she doing out west, anyway?
Well, she's not in the chum, so fantastic. Living here was about as fun as wearing a vest made of meat to a dogfight. I'm glad we both managed to get out. Oh, and by the way, Miles, you didn't do such a great job of cleaning your shoes.
That would explain all the funny looks I've been getting.
my God, not you walking around with shit on your shoes. What is happening in this game? Burglary.
A burglary at a flower shop. Not the most thrilling case we've had, is it?
If I didn't know any better, I'd say Snelling's been giving us the boring cases lately on purpose.
Why would he do something like that?
He's eyeing a promotion to chief of police. He'd sell his own mother's cane if he thought it would help. Plus, there's no secret he doesn't like us.
I can't understand why. I've shown him nothing but respect.
It's because you're too good at what you do. And because you're friends with me.
What's that got to do with anything?
Not everyone is as open-minded as you, Miles. Let's just leave it at that.
Still feeling rough, Bill?
Yes, but I'll feel better once his case is finished and we can go down to the Angel for a pint or four.
Hair of the dog?
No better medicine.
What? Stop it. You don't need a drink.
Let's get back to it.
All right.
Okay, so whenever a little pocket watch comes up, I guess that's when a conversation happens? Question mark.
Come on, Bill.
Charming little place,
Hey.
isn't it?
Charming, but empty. We need to find the owner.
Always so to the point, Fordham. If ever there was a better time to stop and smell the flowers.
I think I'll leave that to you, Bill.
With my allergies? Hardly.
Okay, so why are you even here then?
Not too many left. Seems business isn't so bad around here.
Well, you know what they say. There are only three certainties in life. Death, taxes, and people taking advantage of sales.
Damn.
This is quite the selection. Come over here and take a whiff, Bill.
Sure, if you don't mind me getting snot all over your coat.
Oh, no, not the Myers case all over again. On second thought, you can just stay over there.
Yeah, you and your shitty allergies can just stay right over there.
Plants hanging on hooks. A nice space-saving method.
I'd probably bang my head against them constantly if I had them in my apartment.
Damn. You're something else, Bill.
These prices are pretty reasonable. The place I go in Worcester's clearly robbing me blind.
If you think those are bad, don't go near the flower shops in Leon.
Leon.
Mostly a bunch of fertilizer and growth tonics.
Growth tonics, eh?
Plant growth tonics, Bill.
Of course. I knew that.
Bill, get your priorities in straight.
Got a minute, Bill?
For you, Miles, I've got 5.
Oh.
When's the last time you took any time off?
That's a good question. What year is this again?
I think we've both been working a bit too much lately. Addie's been wanting to go visit her mother in Dixie. Maybe we can all go.
That sounds nice, but I wouldn't want to be a third wheel on a visit to your in-laws. Unless... Would Adelaide's brother be there by any chance?
You're incorrigible, Bill.
It's one of my finer qualities.
Let's get back to it.
All right.
The staircase isn't very well lit.
I'll go first. That way you can catch me if I fall.
We should probably ask for permission before heading up there.
Who? There's nobody here. Who are we gonna be asking? Just get your
Staircase
asses up
isn't very-
there.
I'll go first.
We should probably...
Who are we asking for permission? There's literally no one else here besides us, unless I can't see a thing in this poorly dim lit room. Do we want to go outside? There's nobody here. So
Certainly looks cozy in there.
Plants have a nice way of doing that.
Looks like they've had some trouble with...
Pretty much every...
This is literally nobody here. There's a bell. Go ring the bell.
Be right there. Oh, hello, gentlemen. I must say you caught me by surprise. I was preparing to close soon. May I help you find anything? The flowers in the center display are half price this week, and I have a special on chrysanthemums today. Or perhaps a custom bouquet for the special ladies in your lives?
I have no need myself, but maybe Adelaide would appreciate a little something. Eh, Miles? Those peonies in the corner look nice.
I'm afraid we're not here as customers tonight, ma'am. We'd like to have a word with the proprietor. Is he in?
I see. I'm Cecilia Handbook, and this is my shop. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'm Detective Miles Fordham, and this is my partner, William Legere. We received a report of a burglary at your store.
A report? From whom? I never contacted the police before, and I didn't this time, either.
It was made anonymously. But are you saying this isn't the first time it's happened?
Correct. It's happened 3 times. But considering the police hardly care about the daily muggings and vandalisms around here, I didn't think they would be interested in something so trivial.
Well, we're here now, and we'll do all we can to help you.
We'll have to see about that.
If you wouldn't mind, Mrs. Handbrook, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Very well, Detective.
Okay, lady. Just be happy that we're here to help you.
Have you been in business long?
Yes, I opened this shop 30 years ago, along with my late husband, David. But the past 10 years, I've been running things on my own.
Don't you feel unsafe being here by yourself so late into the night?
Detective, when you've lived in this part of town as long as I have, it takes quite a lot to scare you.
Could you give me the details concerning the burglaries?
About 3 weeks ago on Monday, I noticed that my order of Easter lilies was missing. At first, I thought nothing of it. Sometimes certain types of flowers are unavailable or arrive in poor condition. These things happen. Then 2 weeks ago on Wednesday, it happened again. But this time, I noticed something rather odd.
Go on.
What was
When
it?
I opened the shop, there were 6 crowns and 10 shillings on the counter. That's exactly the cost of 2 orders of lilies. Last Friday, it happened yet again. The lilies were missing, and there was payment for 1 order on the counter. I believe that someone has been breaking into my shop after hours, taking the lilies, and leaving money behind.
How unusual.
Well, at least they're leaving money behind, even if they are stealing, but hey, at least you're getting your payment. I mean, that's not ideal, of course. You don't want people just waltzing into your establishment where you make a living, but hey, at least they're leaving their money. I do have my AC on in my room. I actually got my computer desk finally, which I'm now in my room. I'm finally back in my room after an entire year of hunting for a computer desk. My desk looks so nice. It's a little cluttered right now. I do have like a plate on my desk from breakfast. I've yet to put it away, and now it's 3 p.m. I don't know what that says about me, or I'm depressed or what, but normally my desk doesn't get too cluttered. I try to keep it relatively clean. However, I do have my AC on, like I said earlier, and I'm going to see if my microphone is catching the AC in the background. Hopefully it's not. And if it's not, then that's going to be a good thing, because I'll be able to record more videos in my room with my AC while the remainder of summer here in Arizona is starting to taper off, because it is almost 100 degrees today. So with that being said, I'm going to be doing a little cut here, and we're going to continue on with speaking to this lady of the flower shop, the proprietor, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and my microphone does not pick up the background noise of my window AC unit, so that is very much pleasing to me. I really do enjoy that a lot. All right, so we are talking to the proprietor of this flower shop. She's been working here for about 30 years, she said, and she used to work here with her husband, but sadly, her husband is no longer in her life. He passed away some time ago. She didn't say when or how long ago, but if she did, I probably missed it because I was like kind of like worried about whether my microphone was picking up the background noise, which I tend to do worry about that quite a bit. But anyways, with that being said, you guys, we are going to be continuing onward with this little dialogue section with Miles, our detective or investigator or whoever he is, whatever he is, police officer, I don't know. But anyways, we are going to continue onward with the payment. No, we'll continue on with the break-in, and then we'll do payment, and then we'll do suspicious people after. I don't know if the choices in this game matter, if you should do it the way that the game is showcasing to you or not. I don't really know if that really has anything to do with the outcome of the game or not, because a lot of these point and click like kind of like choose your own adventure-esque type games are really all about the they're all about the, I wouldn't say correct way, but the way that you choose the dialogue. It makes the outcome of the game the way it's based off of your choices, I guess. So I don't know if we should be just doing it simultaneously the way it is broken down, but I kind of want to hear about the break-ins before the suspicious people, just to see what she says about them. And then I kind of want to, actually I want to do the break-in, suspicious people, and then payment. I feel like that's a little bit more better, because while the payment issue is something that intrigues me, because it's like, why would you go break into a store, steal something, and then pay for it? Like, that doesn't really make sense. You're still committing like half a crime, you know? But I want to know about the break-in.
Have you found any evidence of a break-in?
No, the front door is always locked. My assistant Trevor and I are the only ones with the key.
Are there any other points of access to the building?
The upstairs windows, I suppose, but I make sure to keep them locked, and neither of them have been broken.
Would you allow us to have a look upstairs?
Is that really necessary? I was just about to close up the shop.
It won't take but a moment.
Fine, I suppose you may, but please, don't dally too long.
Okay, lady, so just because you make sure that there's security is all correct doesn't mean that people can't break in, or there might be signs of like tampering or something, because I'm sure you probably overlooked something. You're really trying to run this business all by yourself in your elderly age. I'm not trying to say that she's incompetent because of her age, but it's just sometimes you get overrun or busy and you don't always make sure everything is 100% all correct, and mistakes happen. So allow Miles and Bill to go upstairs and take a little peek, take a little jaunt around upstairs and see what we can figure out, because obviously the people are breaking in somehow, right? Someone is breaking in somehow, or they're getting in somehow without actually causing any damage to any of the windows or doors and what have you. So just allow us to do our job, and then we can figure out what is going on there. Oh, look at the, oh, okay, payment is still there. Let's do suspicious people first.
Have you noticed any suspicious characters lurking around?
Detective Fordham, this is Chumley. You can't throw a stone without hitting a suspicious character. And if you've noticed my window, you'd be aware that stones get thrown around quite a bit in this neighborhood. If you're looking for trouble, you're far more likely to find it out there than in here.
I meant if you'd seen anyone out of the ordinary near your shop.
Only the 2 men from the police who entered it tonight. That is most definitely out of the ordinary.
What? Okay, lady. I don't like you already. Okay, so we're gonna do payment next, like I said.
So this burglar has been paying for the stolen goods?
That would appear to be the case, yes. I really don't think this could even be considered a crime. That's one of the reasons I didn't bother reporting it to the police.
And the other reasons?
Oh, I think I've already made those quite clear, Detective.
Okay, so you're just gonna be okay with somebody taking goods from you that you paid for, and you possibly paid for the shipping, to have it delivered to your business, and you're okay with people just swiping that away from you just because they're leaving the payment behind? That's really strange. I wouldn't like that personally. If somebody was coming into my store and stealing my goods, my stuff that I'm selling and trying to make a living off of, I really wouldn't appreciate that at all, even if they did leave a payment behind, because it's like that's such an inappropriate invasion of privacy, and well, not really privacy, but it's like your own little world, your own little bubble. That's like invasion of your own space, and I mean private property. Yeah, private property. Regardless if it's a shop or what have you, it's still yours. It's still your private property. That's still your property. You still own it. You still rent out the shop. You pay the light bill. You pay for anything that has to come with upkeep of the store. And I honestly would not like it if someone was, regardless if they were like actually breaking in, like tampering with the doorknob, with the keyhole, or busting the door down somehow, and or breaking the window open and just like doing unlocking the lock, or they're being sneaky like the assistant. She mentioned that the assistant has a key to the place, right? And I don't know why she's not questioning that person, because they could very well be stealing from her. And I just don't understand why she's not trying to put 2 and 2 together, or get all her eggs in a basket, all what's the word for it, all accounted for. I don't know why she's not really delving into this, because that would be really serious in my mind. I think that would be a serious thing to want to do a little self-investigating yourself before the police were called. But apparently, who in the world called us? Why are we here? Why are we here helping this seemingly old lady that doesn't really want our help, and she's calling us shifty characters, even though we're trying to help her with her issue, right? So anyways, let's talk about the assistant.
You mentioned your assistant has the other shop key. What can you tell me about him?
His name is Trevor Hastings, and he has been working for me for the past 10 years.
Do you trust him?
Implicitly. I've known him for ages, and he has been my full-time assistant since shortly after my husband died. You're not suggesting he had anything to do with this, are you?
Not at all. I would like to speak with him, though. Where might I find him?
It's Friday, so he should be on his way back from the docks right now. He'll be bringing my flower order within the hour.
Good. We'll meet him here then, if that's all right with you.
I suppose I don't really have much of a choice, do I?
No, you don't,
I
lady.
think that's all the information I need for now.
All right, Detective.
Okay, access the case book at the top of the screen, or press B. Current cases: honor among thieves. The Hanbrook flower shop has been burglarized. Will the burglar return, or is this investigation just a formality? Find a point of entry upstairs. Wait for Trevor Hastings and speak to him. All right, so we're gonna close that out. Let's go upstairs, Bill.
Interesting choice of decor in here.
Perhaps it wasn't always used as a storeroom, although I can understand why it would have been converted.
Yeah, it is rather drafty in here.
All right, window. Fire escape.
This provides a means of escape from the top floor, or access to this window from the ground.
No. Excuse you. Exit. Portrait. Huh, there's some pictures. Is this the lady and her husband, by any chance?
A rather distinguished-looking gentleman.
Reminds me of Captain Snelling, if he ever smiled.
Damn, quit shredding him. He's not even here.
I've seen this type of device before. It's a special container for growing plants. Specific temperature and water conditions can be adjusted. Seems to be empty right now, though. And judging by the dust, it hasn't been used in a long time, if ever.
It seems Mrs. Hanbrook isn't too fond of steam tech, or just doesn't understand it.
Seems to be the broken pot storage area.
Why not just throw them away, I wonder?
It's likely they're going to be repaired. I noticed some faint cracks in some of the pots downstairs.
Yeah, you can repair broken pots, I believe.
Unmarked, but if the smell is anything to go by, this is where the flowers are stored when delivered.
I'll keep my distance then.
Okay, so why in the world are flowers kept up here? And why are they still in boxes? That's really strange.
I don't think this window would serve as a viable means of entry.
It's a nice view, though. You can hardly see the vomit and manure piles on the street from up here.
Oh my god, disgusting. Alright, what's this heater all about?
I would imagine that keeping a consistent temperature in here is important for the flowers.
When do you suppose this contraption was last serviced?
Hard to say. Definitely not recently, if the dust buildup is any indication.
Well, let's speak to Bill.
Bill?
What's going on, Miles?
Let's talk about Mrs. Hanbrook.
What's your impression of dear old Mrs. Hanbrook?
I like her. Good old-fashioned, tough-as-nails Chumley woman. Reminds me of my mother.
Your mother was never quite so stubborn. Why do you suppose she's so reluctant to accept our help?
It's a chum thing, Miles. You wouldn't understand.
I wonder if there's something more going on behind the scenes. Alright, well, let's ask Bill how he's doing. Because he's been complaining about possibly being hungover, maybe?
Got any opinions on the upcoming election?
I'll just be glad when it's all over. Seems like the last few months have been nothing but people giving opinions and telling me what to do without a moment's peace.
I know what you mean. I already saw some kids putting up Atwood posters down my street.
I already drew mustaches in all the ones on my street.
Handlebar?
Yeah, you know me too well.
I always thought of Atwood as more of a Van Dyke type of man myself.
I can see that. Yeah. Well, there's something to do tomorrow.
What? Oh my god, you are such a clown. Let's talk to you again. No? You might say the same thing. Well, let's just see.
You enjoying this weather? It's a nice evening for it, not too hot. I find a bit of fresh air always helps clear out the mental cobwebs.
It's just too bad the air in the chum is about as fresh as a week-old corpse. At any rate, it'll be winter before you know it. The whole city will be shut down, and we'll be digging bodies out from under the snowbanks.
Always something to look forward to.
Oh my god, you two. You're insane.
The ferry ride over was surprisingly uneventful, don't you think?
I know. It doesn't really feel like a visit to the chum without seeing at least one fistfight. Oh well, there's always the ride back.
Alright, burglary.
I've heard of honor among thieves, but have you ever known a thief to pay for stolen goods?
Perhaps conducting normal business is just too boring for him. Do you think he might be doing it for the thrill?
There could be any number of reasons. The best way to find out is to catch the culprit and ask him ourselves. Let's get back to it.
All right.
Okay, so it feels like we might have explored every bit of this room already.
Unmarked, but if the smell is anything to go by,
I'll keep my distance.
Okay, it looks like we already went over everything here, so we might as well go back downstairs. Maybe the assistant has come back in. Come on, Bill, let's go. We don't want you to start sneezing up the place. Bill? Bill!
We've talked enough for now, Miles. Let me know when you've discovered something new.
All right, has he come back in, Mrs. Hanbrook?
I'll let you know if I have any more questions, Mrs. Hanbrook.
Ah, yes, I'm sure you will.
I guess we have to go back up there. We didn't look at the shelf yet, did we? No, we did, about the broken pots.
This provides a means of escape from the top floor, or access to this window from the ground.
Okay. Buildings.
Lamplight City, in all her glory.
What was that?
Interesting. There's a gap between the window and the frame here. No wonder it's so drafty in this room.
I wonder if, since there's a gap, since we discovered this gap, I wonder if they remove the window and then put it back when they come up the fire escape.
The window latch, securely locked.
Oh.
I wonder.
What are you thinking, Fordham?
That it's time for an experiment. I'm going to need a tool, however. Something long and thin should do the trick.
Shouldn't be too hard to find something like that around here.
Well, why don't you... Okay, good. At least we observed this window again. Exit. Would it be the right? Is this no? I thought this would be like maybe a crowbar of some sort or something.
Seems to be the broken pot store.
Why not just throw...
It's likely they're going to be... Fascinating device, although it has nothing to do with the burglaries.
How would you know?
I would imagine that keeping a...
When do you suppose...
Hard to say.
Let's talk to Bill.
What's going on, Miles?
The gap in the window upstairs is intriguing.
Do you think it might be the point of entry?
Indeed. I just need to find something long and thin to confirm my theory.
I think you were born with something like that, Miles.
You're disgusting, Bill.
I know. That's why I always do the dirty work.
Let's get back to it.
Huh.
All right.
This is so cool. I love this. I don't know why it took me this long to play this. Oh my god. Doorway, heater.
Thinking about life's great mysteries again, are you?
I'm just trying to shut up. I'm just trying to look around here. Let's go down to Mrs. Hanbrook and ask her. Hotspot icons will change when new interactions are available.
Not too many left. Seems business...
Well, you know what they say. Death, taxes...
Okay, well... Let's talk to you. Maybe she can give us,
I have a few more questions for you, Mrs. Hanbrook.
Very well, Detective. If it will help you conclude your investigation faster.
upstairs window. All right. We're gonna get down to this. We're gonna solve it. Maybe it's an inside job. Maybe she's doing it herself.
Mrs. Hanbrook, were you aware that there's a gap in the frame of the small upstairs window?
Is there? I only go up there to check that the window is locked. I've never noticed a gap. Are you suggesting that's how the burglar is entering the store?
It's a distinct possibility, but I have yet to figure out exactly how.
Well, I trust you'll come to a satisfactory conclusion, Detective.
I think that's all the information I need for now.
All right, Detective.
Okay, so you're not even gonna give us an item? I mean, I guess that's up to us to look for, but it's just like, what?
These seem to be part of the watering system for the flowers.
I haven't seen old piping like this in a while. Seems like someone's reluctant to upgrade.
Oh my god, don't read her store in front of her. Alright, let's go back upstairs. Shelf.
Seems to be the broken...
Why not just throw...
It's likely they're going...
Great.
unmarked, but if the smell is anything to go by...
I'll keep my distance.
Okay. Can we go back to the portrait?
A rather distinguished-looking...
Reminds me of
A young lady. Perhaps a relation of Mrs. Hanbrook?
I can see the resemblance. Sort of.
All right. Well, let's look at the window. We don't have.
Interesting. There's a gap.
We don't have our item yet, so where could that be?
I don't think this window...
It's a nice view.
Ah. All right. Well, maybe we can go outside and look at something. Because Mrs. Hanbrook is not a very helpful individual. Oh, what was that? Trash can.
Fordham, what are you doing?
I was gonna check inside this trash can for clues.
Miles, in the 15 years we've been partners, how many times have you found something inside a trash can that wasn't garbage?
Fair point. No point wasting...
You finally learned.
Okay, well, that's not help. That's not helpful at all. What can we do? Find a long, thin tool for the experiment. Suspects. Documents. I just want to be able to finish this.
These prices are pretty reasonable. The place I go in Worcester's clearly robbing me blind.
If you think those are bad, don't go.
Okay. Can we talk to you again, lady?
I'll let you know if I have any more questions, Mrs. Hanbrook.
Ah, yes, I'm sure you will.
I don't know. He said that this has nothing to do with it. Just move out of the way.
Seems to be the broken pipe.
Why not just...
It's likely they're...
Hmm. Let's talk to Bill again.
We've talked enough for now, Miles. Let me know when you've discovered something new.
Well... I don't know. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to look. Did we look at this over here?
Mostly a bunch of fertilizer,
Growth?
plants,
Of course.
So many cock jokes in this game.
This is quite the selection. Come over here and take a whiff.
Sure, if you...
Oh, no, not on second thought.
Huh. Okay. Well, I don't know. Oh, can we use this?
Aha! This hook is exactly what I need. Mrs. Hanbrook, may I borrow this hook for a few minutes? It's crucial to our investigation.
Is that so?
Yes, I promise I'll put it back as soon as I'm done.
Please do, Detective.
Okay, that was cute. Okay, so I'm gonna make a quick cut right here, and I'll be right back. Hello, everyone. This is TurnoftheDrew, and we are coming back with Lamplight City. That is Lamplight City, and been about several hours
It's
since
a
the
good view to be
last.
taking in, but we really should be getting a move on.
Can you just shut up? I'm trying to reintroduce everyone into this game. Please be quiet, Bill. Refrain from your BS. But anyways, in the last episode, well, not even the last episode. This is the same episode, so I don't know what I've been talking about.
Come on,
We are
Miles,
continu-
don't just stand there. Do something.
I'm just gonna walk then. Quiet. And so, basically, we are coming back with Miles right here, and Bill, our two investigators. We are investigating a crime break-in with this lovely little flower shop here, and
Are you going
So
senile
far-
already?
shut up. And so far, we are continuing our search of this area. We needed a long device, which we found a hook from one of the potted plants that are we going to utilize to see how the possible burglar is
Thinking about
breaking
life's
into this
great
place.
mysteries again, are you?
Okay, Bill, can you just shut up? Anyways, we're gonna go look at the window before Bill starts having a freaking meltdown, or more so me, because he's so freaking annoying. But anyways, I think we have to look into the gap with this.
Good. Bill, it's time for our experiment.
And what is this experiment going to be exactly?
Simple. I'm going to see if this hook can get me inside the shop. Rather dark out here.
Watch your step, then. This experiment of yours isn't worth a broken neck.
I'll be fine. Now then, could you please close and lock the window, Bill?
Okay, well, let's see if this works. Oh, I didn't know I had to do this. I thought it was gonna be a little cutscene. Okay. Right. Again, this game, it's so dark. And there's no way you can even brighten up this game, and I don't want to go messing around in these settings on OBS, so we're just gonna be stuck with what we have in this game. Doesn't really give me like an option to move besides up and down. Oh. I thought that was the latch down there.
Well, I'd say this is fairly incontrovertible proof that the building can easily be broken into without arousing suspicion.
Where'd you learn how to do that anyway?
You taught me, remember?
Nah. Are you sure it was me?
Positive. We were a few pints in at the Angel about 5 years ago, and you decided I should learn how to pick locks.
What else have I taught you how to do while drunk?
That would be telling.
Okay, so basically we're just learning how to break into, like, don't you just love it, like when they show on police shows, they're like, oh, this is how you break into, or like on TV shows, like this is how you break into someone's locker. You get a credit card and you slide it downward or upward or whatever, and it's supposed to kind of like move the lock or
It's a
move the
good deal to be
little.
taking in, but we really should be
Shut
getting a move on.
up. We're trying to talk here, honey. All right, so we're just gonna move. But basically, it's like teaching us how to break into facilities, right? Which, I mean, no one is really going to do this, obviously, unless you're like really unhinged. But it's like that's what it's basically teaching us what to do. Okay, lady. Oh,
Ah, Trevor.
Evening, Cecilia. I've got the order ready to bring in.
Trevor, these are Detectives Fordham and Leger. They say there's been a report about the burglaries, and they're here investigating.
I only did it because I think it's been going on too long. As much as you want to, we can't handle this ourselves.
We can discuss the matter later. In the meantime, the detective would like a word with you.
I'll be needing to bring in the flowers first, if that's all right. Otherwise, some hooligan's likely to run off with them.
My partner will keep an eye on your flowers. Bill, would you mind?
Ah, the glamour of police work.
get your ass out there, buddy. All right.
Now, Mr. Hastings, if I could ask you a few questions?
Go on, then.
Okay, so I don't know why I was picturing someone who was younger. I guess I shouldn't be so ageist, but I didn't really think that this would be like an older man. Let's ask him about the deliveries first, since he's not like a delivery man, even though he's more so an assistant.
Could you walk me through the process of your deliveries?
Of course. There's no great science to it. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons, Cecilia gives me her list of flowers to pick up from the wholesalers. I head over to Gascone around sunset when they get their shipment, and I give them her order. They load up the crate, I pay for it, and then I lug it back here.
How long does that take?
Between moving the crate and getting it across the river on the ferry, a couple of hours. Usually the store's closed by then, so I use my key to get in and leave the crate inside for Cecilia to open in the morning. That's all there is to it. Told you it wasn't very complicated.
Do you ever leave the crate unattended during that time?
No, sir. Never more than a minute. I may be old, but I got good eyes. I'd see if there were anything amiss. Besides that, I check to make sure the crate is still sealed when I drop it off. I'm not about to let Cecilia down by being careless.
Okay, so if you have such great vision, then how come you didn't notice that there is a gap between the window and the building itself, huh? Can you tell me that, honey? No, you can't.
What can you tell me about the recent burglaries?
I wish Cecilia had contacted you lots sooner. She's a damn fine woman, but sometimes I think she'd rather jump in a rose bush than ask for help. Had to take matters into my own hands. This needs taken care of, and we can't do it on our own, as much as Cecilia would like to. Anyhow, alls I know is someone's been making off with some flowers and leaving money behind. No idea who it could be, how they're getting in, or why they even bother paying. In my day, if you robbed a place, you did it the right way. It's a sad state of affairs when even burglars don't do their jobs correctly.
Do you have much experience with burglary, Mr. Hastings?
Now, I never said that, Detective.
Have you noticed anyone or anything suspicious around here recently?
Nothing but the usual roughnecks, ragamuffins, and drunkards. Like I said, it's a real mystery.
How long have you been working for Mrs. Hanbrook?
Been about 10 years now, I reckon. I used to help with deliveries now and then when it was her and David, her husband. But after he passed, she offered to make me her assistant. Unfortunate way to get it, but I needed the work. Used to be I had a job at one of the airship yards, but they let me go after I was injured by one of those newfangled steam machines. So the offer came at a good time. Besides that, Cecilia needed looking after, even though she'd never admit it. If I'm being honest, we're both getting a bit long in the tooth. Not sure how much longer we'll be keeping this up, but as long as I'm upright and breathing, I'll be bringing these crates along, even if it is murder on my back.
I admire your work ethic.
I've got a job to do. Not enough people these days seem to respect that.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Hastings. I'll let you get back to work.
Appreciate it, Detective.
Okay,
if you don't
so
mind, Detective, I still need to check the crate before I bring it in.
Of course. Thank you again for your help.
basically, it sounds pretty much the same as to
Learn
what.
anything?
Possibly. I may have an idea.
Ah, you're being cryptic. That's always a good sign. But if you've got a plan, let's talk about it.
Okay, so basically, it seems like their stories are straight. He seems to be like a reliable person, and let's see if we need to talk to Cecilia any further.
I'll let you know if I have any more questions, Mrs. Hambrook.
Ah, yes, I'm sure you will.
Okay, well, it looks like she doesn't have anything else to say right now, so let's talk to good old Bill. You better walk, Miles.
Got a minute, Bill?
For you, Miles, I've got 5.
Okay, surveillance.
Right. Based on what we've been told in our experiment, I can only conclude that our burglar is using the upstairs window to get into the shop.
So what do you propose we do about it?
It's happened repeatedly over the past 3 weeks, on one of the delivery nights. Since it has yet to occur this week, and today is Friday, logic dictates it should be tonight.
So we settle in and wait to see if the burglar returns? Catch him in the act?
Exactly. It's our best chance of solving this before the trail goes cold.
And I was really looking forward to getting that drink at the Angel tonight, too.
I know, but it's as you said yourself. There'll be plenty of other opportunities. Besides, forbearance is good for the soul.
Spoken like someone who truly has no idea how to have any fun.
I'm sure I'll get the hang of it one of these days, especially with your expert tutelage.
Okay, let's go have a chat with Mrs. Hambrook. I'm sure she'll be delighted to know we're spending the night.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Damn, I forgot to bring my deck of cards again.
At least it's quiet up here. I'm surprised we didn't go deaf after the last time we did this.
What?
I said... Oh, right.
Huh.
Your sense of humor remains on point.
Miles, have you ever considered leaving all this behind?
What, you mean quitting the force?
The force, the city, going off and seeing what else is out there, you know?
I'd miss it too much. Wouldn't you?
I was thinking I might visit Harley out west. She makes it sound like a dream in her letters. Wide open spaces, fresh air. I know I'm a city boy and would probably miss New Britannia's filth and squalor after a week, but...
You should do it. A change of scenery never hurt anyone. Plus, it's much easier for you than it is for me. I've got a family to consider, after all.
Ah,
Okay,
Right.
so I don't know why we're talking.
Oh,
You have to be
no,
quiet.
I didn't mean it like that, Bill. It's just...
shh. I think I heard something.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, no.
Bill? Stop! Police!
Damn it! He's got up the fire escape. We can corner him on the roof. Stay close and keep me covered.
Oh my gosh.
Bill!
Stay back, officer. Got a knife. Ready your pistol for him.
But you're too close!
I trust you, Miles. Your pistol, now! There's really no need for this, officer. I respect your desire to uphold justice. Mine is more important. If you let me go, I won't come back. And we can all forget this ever happened. Don't listen to this lunatic, Miles. Take your shot before things get worse.
We can reason with a burglar, which I'm sure that has some implications later on. Oh my gosh. This, the stakes have really been heightened. Oh, this is so bad. I don't want him to come back because he might keep on hounding these poor old people.
No!
Oh,
Bill! Oh, God! I am so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god. Oh. Oh no. I mean, sure, he was annoying, but I didn't want that.
Miles, wake up! Your house is on fire!
Huh? What?
You see, I told you it was funnier when I did it to you.
Yes. Hilarious.
What's the matter? Have a rough night?
Overdid it on the soporific. Why do I feel like I've had this conversation before?
I'm just glad you're in the mood to converse again. Seriously, you took so much of that snake oil last night, I was starting to think you wanted me quiet for good.
It's no personal slight. I just need some quiet time, or I'll go insane.
I get it. We all need our space. I know it's not easy, but there's really no need.
Not easy. Bill, I've been hearing your voice since you died. You don't shut up unless I take that accursed medicine. I'd say that qualifies as a bit more than not easy.
Yeah, well, how do you think I feel? You think I enjoy being trapped here, listening to you whine about how hard your life's become? You at least still have yours.
Well, you have to really take Miles's own health into this. Oh my god, I didn't even know that was gonna happen. Did he get shot, or did he stab? I guess he shot him by accident. Really, Bill, you really have to take into consideration on how you're making Miles feel. But I feel like I think this one's a little too harsh. Well, actually, yeah, this one's a little bit too harsh.
If you're just as miserable, why don't you just go away and leave me in peace?
Believe me, I wish I knew how. But the bottom fact is, you're stuck with me. So you can either keep living this way and ruin your life even more than you already have, or you can do as I've told you and try to figure out a way to let me move on.
Okay, so I'm back. Where was I? Yes, I know. Find the burglar from the flower shop. This life isn't all so bad.
Right. For the 1000th time, you want me to find the burglar from the flower shop.
Yes, exactly.
I still don't get how that's going to help.
I can understand your confusion, considering it was you who killed me. But the point remains.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place if not for him. Once the criminal has been caught and is in custody, we'll both get what we want.
Revenge? Justice? A decent night's sleep? Well, considering the Bill likes humor, so I'm just gonna go with this one.
A decent night's sleep?
More than that, you'll have that elusive thing you always wanted to give others. Closure.
You do realize the trail's pretty much frozen at this point. Our man has seemingly vanished into the ether.
That's no excuse not to keep trying. I know the cases Upton's been giving you these past few months haven't been the most thrilling, but they've at least kept you active. So just keep at it. Something has to turn up eventually. Unless, of course, you want to wind up in Riverview Asylum. And if that happens, I'm really not going to keep quiet.
Fine.
Good man. Now, I suggest you stop talking to thin air, or Adelaide's going to start wondering if you've gone mental. Or just maybe she'll stop wondering.
Very funny.
Okay, so looks like we have more stuff to analyze here. And what I'm assuming is Miles and Adelaide's room, which is very beautiful. It's very nicely decorated, if I say so myself. I've always wanted a room that kind of looks like this. I do like how the light is pouring in through like the top of the curtains. It's really pleasing. This is a really nicely well-designed room. I really like this. But anyways, with that being said, you guys, with that shocking turn of events, I think we are going to be closing things out for Lamplight City, and we didn't really solve the case at all, at least not yet. So maybe either way, Bill would still be alive, right? Right? Yeah. If we chose the other option to reason with the burglar. But I kind of feel like either way, the burglar was so devious that it kind of feels like he was going to continue burglarizing this flower shop. And if it wasn't the flower shop, it was going to be something else. It feels like we're going to be on this man's trail for a long time. Maybe that's going to be the whole essence of the game. I'm assuming. I don't really know. Anyways, with that being said, you guys, this has been the first look, the Let's Try Lamplight City. I almost forgot what it was called. Lamplight City, and I have been TurnoftheDrew, and this has been another installment for the Halloween hype of 2024, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and like always, take care.